And we are live. Jack, we are live.
Wow. I love it.
I mean,
what a feeling.
I'm just out of breath because about 30 seconds before we went live, I done a sprint up and down my stairs to make sure that I had my lunch with me, which we'll come on to in a second. So I'm actually
so pumped. You just had to run up and down stairs.
The adrenaline was running so through my body that I had to go and do something just to relieve this a little bit.
Well, at least you have stairs. I'm in a ground floor flat. I don't get to any variation like that at all.
I mean, it is weird. Like I like you. I had a ground floor flat before we moved into this house, and like going from a flat to stairs is a really, really weird, like a really, really weird thing. It's like, oh my god, I've got more rooms. It's like, oh my
goodness, we really talking about stairs.
Yeah, I can't believe we're doing that in the first 30 seconds of this show. Anyway, welcome to Let's Do Lunch. I'm Ben. This guy is
Jack.
And we both work for the amazing employer that is Digital Beans, obviously digital marketing and web development agency based just outside of Canterbury. And we're going to do this. We're going to do a fun thing to try and get you guys to take a break and have lunch with us every Tuesday and Thursday at midday. We're going to get guests on. We're going to give you some handy tips that might be able to help you out with your business. And we're going to have fun. Right, Jack? I think that's the main aim. We're just going to have some fun.
Yeah, we need something a bit light-hearted. Everything's so somber at the moment, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's a difficult time, and I don't think anyone knows how to approach it. So this is our approach, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to have lunch together. And talking about lunch, Jack, what you got?
What have I got? Okay, so I'm doing a bit of an experiment. Yeah, I'm going to see how much weight I can cut until we go back to work.
Okay.
So I'm on very basic. I've got some delicious tuna fish in the bottom of this bowl.
At the moment, it just looks like a bowl full of cucumbers. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. So there's cucumber in there, half a cucumber, a tin of tuna fish, a toasted pita, which I've just put crumbs, and an apple.
I never thought I'd ask you this question, but if you're having lunches like that, like every day, how many cucumbers are you going through a week? What's new about that? Like, because if you're having half a cucumber with your lunch, surely that's like
work it out.
What's so you're having like 3 or 4 cucumbers a week?
3.5 cucumbers a week, mate. Yeah.
See, I don't think I've ever gone to the supermarket and picked up 3 cucumbers. It's like I'll get the one. That'll last me.
The occasional look.
Yeah, it will stay in my fridge until it goes completely stale. What's that? Yeah. 3 cucumbers. What do you need those for? Has the rationings not helped you in that sense when they've limited it to 2 items per shop? It's like, oh no, I can't get my 3 cucumbers. Well, I'm going to be one of those people, Jack. And your lunch looks amazing, by the way. Do you know those really annoying people at work who walk in and go, it's lunchtime, and they walk in and they put their lunch down and it's like a packet of crisps and a bit of fruit?
A packet of crisps and a bit of fruit.
Some people do that because they think it's healthy and it's not. They're just under-eating and starving their body of what they need. So I've got a packet of Pom Bears, and there's a good reason behind this. It's not lunch. This definitely isn't lunch. The whole reason why I've only got Pom Bears and half a thing of fruit is because my fiance's just got back from doing the shop and we have nothing in the fridge. So I'm now waiting to see what's going to be in the fridge after the show to have for lunch. So at the moment, I'm snacking. Okay. So I've got a packet of Pom Bears. Where are we? Here we are. And I've also got half an orange. And that's because my nearly 2-year-old, just before I came upstairs, decided to go, mine. And then I went, no, darling, that's Daddy's lunch. Mine. Me too. So I had to give her half my orange.
Well, you know what I mean?
So,
this is kids for you, mate. That's kids for you.
So if anyone out there is thinking about having a child, think about that lunch you're going to lose and make your decision then. No, honestly, having kids is the best thing ever. Just ignore me. Just ignore what I'm saying. We spoke a minute ago, Jack, about the lockdown and about you being in your flat and bits and pieces like that. Obviously, you know, it's a very different scenario living in a flat at the moment as it is a house, especially when it comes to getting outside and your daily routine and the amount of rooms, obviously, you can go in as well. We haven't really had a chance to talk about this because we haven't sat down properly and had a conversation in what feels like ages now. But what have you been doing during the lockdown? What have you been up to? Are you doing anything new, doing anything different?
I've been running. I've been running. I've been trying to get up to 16k. At the moment, I'm doing 14 quite frequently, regularly. Trying to push it to 16. I've been spending time with my son, and that's been great. Obviously, we've had a lot of time in the garden playing football. So, yeah, you know, just doing what everyone else is doing, really.
No one will sort of know this, but me and you used to run together on our lunch breaks, didn't we? We used to do a cheeky 4K at lunch.
We did.
About 25 minutes. How are you doing time-wise now at the moment on the big ones?
So I did 14. No, I did a 10K the other day, and I did it just over 6 minute kilometers. 6
That's
minutes
all right.
per kilometer, which for me is quite quicker than
Yeah.
my normal.
I mean, I've started running. I've started running again, but I'm not doing like longer runs. So I'm just trying to get a run done in like half an hour in the evening. But where I live, there's a lot of hill. So I've realised that whenever I go for a run, it's like HIIT training, and I'm just running up hills. So I've sort of embraced that. So I've picked myself a nice little route that takes about 20 minutes, and it's about 4.2k. So it takes about 24 minutes, 25 minutes. 4.2k. I'm doing about 540 a kilometer, but there's obviously 3 hills on that route, so it's smashing the hills, which is a hard part. It's knackering though, mate. Like, it's extremely tiring. But do you know what I do like about going for a run? I don't know about you, but it clears the mind. Like, mentally, I'm in such a better position after having a run.
Totally.
So it's important. That's why we're allowed to do our exercise. Boris says, go do your exercise. That's what we do. That's what we do. Right, quickly, let's do a feature that we're going to do every week on the show then. If you can join the SMEs in Kent group, that'd be amazing. Facebook.com/groups/SMEs in Kent. Each week, we're going to put up a post. All you need to do is comment on the post about your business, and we're going to pick 5 featured businesses to shout out at the start of Let's Do Lunch every Tuesday and every Thursday. We've got our featured 5 now. So, Jack, you can go first.
All right, we've got Kent Construction Expo is business as usual, taking place on the 1st of October 2020 at the Kent Event Centre. Where else? Get the floor plan and book your space by emailing Emily. Her address is emily@revolution-events.com.
Seeing as Amy's going to be on the show later on, got to shout out AM Marketing. They're an award-winning digital marketing agency based in Canterbury. Marketing specialists. They're building brands through PPC, Google advertising, and web design. Go check them out.
Indeed, and also not a business, but personal shout out to Alexandra Gordon, who's keeping the, how do you say that?
I think it's Breachers.
Yeah. Networking events live with a virtual networking session every Thursday at 1 p.m, open to everyone.
Our full shout out has to go out to Biz Radio, who are now broadcasting from home. Let Paul Andrews keep you company every Tuesday with guests and a whole load of business news that you just need to know. If you want to be in our featured 5 on Tuesday's show, just join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/SMEs Kent, and look out for our post. Right, on the show today, so much to bring you. We've got Amy McManus from AM Marketing. She's going to be joining us and chatting a bit about what she's been getting up to in lockdown. And also, Jack, you're going to be chatting to Chris Duncan from Spark Film Productions.
Hell yeah.
They're our friends and we love them dearly. So we can't wait to have those 2 guys on the show. Plus, Pip is going to be giving us a 60-second tip. Ooh. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. What's he got for us today? Who knows? But first of all, let's kick things off with a segment called Challenge Jack. Now, today, we're going to try and start a social trend. Now, we've all seen the 5K nominations on Instagram stories. Today, Jack is going to try and nominate 5 businesses to complete the Jack Challenge. Now, Jack, I've said Jack so much within this. What is the challenge?
Well, the challenge is you have to do this magical thing with your hand, which I'm not going to reveal. To both hands. It's a magical trick, and it's well, you'll see. I can't demonstrate it.
This.
Huh?
Pip loved this. I think you should demonstrate it. Show us. What is it? Show us.
Because what if I mess it up now?
Yeah, but you won't. Come on, we're live. It's all being live is all about the pressure. Show us it. Come on.
I know, but I thought we were going to show the Insta. You really want me to do it now?
Go on. I want you to do it now because I want you to show me how to do it. Right. Come on, Em. Let's do it. Oh, right. So how do you do it? Show me how you do it again.
But then I'm giving it away.
Yeah, but people need to know. So hand up.
Right. Hand up.
Right.
Bring your other hand back towards it, and then close the hand that's at the front, and it looks like the fingers from the hand at the back, and then you just pull the back hand away.
Wow, that is. Oh. So who are we trying to get to complete this challenge on Instagram story before the end of the show today, Jack?
We've got AM Marketing. We've got
Cool.
Red Door Homes, KM FM Official, and Simply Hair UK.
So those are the 5 businesses that we're nominating. Is that right?
That's the 5 businesses we're nominating.
Okay, cool. And you've put the video out now. Where's the video?
It's on the Digital Beans Insta page, and our handle is...
I think it's at Digital Beans UK.
At Digital Beans UK. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can go and check that out. Go and have a look. Actually, you're right. Should we show everyone it on our Instagram handle, seeing as we can do that now? Here you go. Let's just quickly show it through the Instagram as well, so then people can see can actually see the thing live and can see it happening. So here we go. I haven't got this one with audio. That's annoying, isn't it? Talking about a mess up already. Right. So here we go.
That's
Let's
live
go into
TV
here.
for you.
Right. Live TV. Who knows what can go wrong? So here, you ready?
I'm ready.
So today on Challenge Jack, I am challenging AM Marketing, Sleeping Giant Media, Red Door Homes, and KM Official and Simply Hair UK to see if you can do this.
I mean, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So if you guys want to give that a go, again, shout out to those businesses. You can give it a try. AM Marketing, Sleeping Giant Media, Red Door Homes, KMFM, and Simply Hair. Do the challenge, tag us in it. We'll see if anyone does the challenge before the end of the show. We're going to do a hunt around Instagram and see what happens. Those are the 5 businesses we're nominating, and hopefully one of them complete the challenge sets them, Jack. Otherwise, you fail.
Yeah.
Are you a good loser?
I am a bit competitive.
So you right now just refreshing Instagram, hoping that someone's going to tag us in a video? No, definitely not. Well, whilst you go and do that, shall we move on to our first guest on the show today? Because I'm quite excited about this.
Yeah.
This lady we have spent quite a bit of time with. We've been fortunate to spend quite a bit of time with. Amy McManus is an international speaker and founder of AM Marketing, which, as we said, is an award-winning digital marketing agency based in Canterbury. If we press this button here, Amy should be below us.
Magic.
There she is. This is incredible. And I'm like taken up by half of our overlay. Can you see that? So I've got like, you can just see my neck.
That's right.
Now.
Just sort of like leaning to the side.
It's just going here like really awkwardly. That's fine. Or we can do like this and we can just have more of me. I mean.
Why not? Why not?
Amy, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, really, really good.
Hello.
Really, really good. Thanks.
Is it just can I do? Can I do like? Is that?
Oh, you got it.
That was
Smashed it.
You got to do it on Insta. You got to do it on Insta. So
okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
And then we can officially tick you off the list. So as soon as this interview is done, jump it on, and then we can make sure we look at it before the end of the show. Say again.
And the hand comes towards it, and then.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know. It doesn't look as good as when you did it, Jack.
It does. That looked really good.
We're not feeling sorry for you at all not being able to do it. We're being honest. You can do it. It's fine. It's fine.
Not like I'm competitive for anything.
None of us are, right? Obviously, we're live right now, and we're doing some live video content, which is slightly new to us here. We haven't done this before. But as I've been watching LinkedIn, AM are doing near enough like live daily Twitch tutorials all the time. So for you, how's that transition been going into live video and doing some bits on Twitch?
I mean, it's not too bad. We used to do a little bit on live video anyway before then, but we basically just said we do a lot of training and we do a lot of conferences, as you guys know. So we just thought, well, if we're meant to be doing a conference today, if we're meant to be doing this training and it's already ready, we've already prepped it, let's just do it online. Let's just do it live. A lot of people want to learn. A lot of people still want to attend these events. So let's just bring it out to those people, as many people as possible. The only thing that is weird is strange talking to a camera. Like you haven't got that interaction. You haven't got the sort of laughs from the audience and people being able to ask you questions. The Twitch chat is great because people can interact. But yeah, it's a little bit strange sort of sitting by yourself in a room while like hundreds of people are watching you.
Pip said the same when we done the bid webinar. He was like, I would so love to see people's faces, so I know that like people are sort of getting it. But then obviously with stuff like, obviously you're doing a bit different on Twitch, but with Zoom, like you can do the Q&A bit and you can do like the hands up and stuff like that. So what type of stuff on Twitch have you actually been doing, and then how have you been engaging that with the audience, I suppose?
Yeah, I mean, the reason we use Twitch is because it is one of those live streaming platforms that's just getting bigger and bigger and more people are using it. A lot of our clients are YouTubers and gaming clients already. So they're already on Twitch and it's something that they're really used to using. We really liked it for the chat functionality and also for the ability to be able to download the content, place it on YouTube afterwards. But I think mainly we like using Twitch purely because it is one of those platforms that's just going to get bigger and we kind of want to be there at the beginning.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I mean, with us, we're just jumping on more Facebook groups now because that seems to be like imploding as well. Jack, you used to game a bit. Have you used Twitch at all? I say that just as he takes a sip of a drink. That was perfect timing for a question, wasn't it?
Did you say gaming?
Gaming.
Oh, no, I wasn't a gamer.
You wasn't a gamer. I thought you was a gamer.
I was never a
You
gamer.
don't know anything about him.
Much as
No.
this mug would contradict that, someone thought I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I'm
Really,
not.
I planned that question just so Jack could show off his mug and rant about why he got that mug.
Oh, I can't do that, Ran. It was a Secret Santa gift. Absolutely no relation, no bearing to me whatsoever. So clearly, I think it's been regifted. So whoever that was, cheers for that.
I knew that was coming. Moving from Twitch and onto LinkedIn, Amy, a bit. We've known each other now for a year, a good couple of years, and we do know each other quite well. I've come and seen some of your talks, which obviously I get to learn more about you from, because you talk a lot about your life in your talks. But I saw a post on LinkedIn the other day, and I never knew that there was an actual reason as to why you shaved the side of your head, and I found that really interesting and also slightly like mind blowing that you're talking so openly of it. Would you mind sharing with us the reason behind it and why you shared the video?
Not at all. So I was in a car crash that almost took my life about, I think it was 5.5 years ago now. And loads of medical issues that came with it. I'm 4 months post spinal fusion, like last week.
It's good to see your loads better, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Great to see your loads better.
But also things like PTSD, anxiety, depression. And then one day I woke up and then there was just clumps of hair on my pillow, and I was washing my hair in the shower and clumps of hair was coming out. And the stress caused by the mental health issues and also by the car crash had caused my hair to fall out through, I think it was called stress-induced alopecia. So I didn't lose all of it, but I was starting to lose a lot. Oh, where am I? I was starting to lose a lot in this area, and you can see some of it started to grow back, but I'd lost pretty much all of this side here and a lot of clumps. So I just decided that if I'm going to lose my hair, it's going to be me that controls it. I still have really long hair. It was sort of blonde hair all the way halfway down my back. And I just thought I can do some good here. And I just booked a hair appointment, and then the next day had it shaved, and then gave my hair to a charity that makes wigs for children with cancer. But I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. As soon as the hair was gone, although it was the shock of, oh my God, it's really cold. But I just felt like me, and I just loved the hair. And the next time I was on stage, I just felt like a rock star, and people were commenting on it, and people came up to me afterwards. They recognized me because, let's be honest, I've got a half-shaved head. So it's just become a really cool part of my personal brand and what makes me.
Yeah, and it inspires you now, doesn't it? Like, it inspires you. It reminds you and inspires you.
Absolutely. It just reminds me every day of what happened, how far I've come since that time.
And I suppose before we go, I need to ask, how are the AM team? How is Brad? How is everyone? How is AM doing at the moment? I know we're in really, really weird times. So how's everything going?
We're really good, actually. We've had like loads of successes with loads of our clients, which has been amazing. A lot of e-commerce clients are doing so well. Yeah. Everyone's just missing each other. We just want to be, you know us on our Insta stories, we're just having such a laugh together. We love the interaction. We love being in the office together. We are, like, sorry to use the phrase, a big family, but it really is like that. So working apart, we're really missing each other. But everyone's doing really well, and just trying to look after their mental health and trying to look after their productivity and keeping going. And to be honest, you know, we worked from home a couple of days a week before this began. So we had everything set up and we're ready to go. And it hasn't really had a huge impact on the way that we work at all, because the systems were already in place. I
would usually at this point say promote something, but Amy, you have so much going on all the time, so please just take the floor away and plug whatever you'd like.
Okay, if you guys want to see any of our teaching seminars, workshops, that you can go to www.twitch.tv/Amy and Brad, or connect with me personally on LinkedIn, the Amy McManus. I've got daily Amy's tips videos going out. Yeah.
Love them as well. I love them as well. Amy, you inspire a lot of us every single day. Thank you so much for coming on, and love to you and love to Brad as well. And take it easy. Stay safe.
Bye.
Thank you, Amy. Bye. I love Amy McManus. I'm just going to say it. I think she's great. And Jack, I love you.
I love you too, mate. Thank you.
And that was so reserved. Why did it take you having to think about it a little bit to actually admit it?
I think I was trying to figure out why you were saying it. But...
I was just being nice. That's all.
Okay.
I was just being nice. Make sure you go check out some of Amy's stuff, by the way, and go and check out some of the live streams. Right, should we move on to our next guest? It's a jam-packed show. This. Let's grab him on then. He is our Lord and Savior. He is a managing director of Digital Beans, and he is coming on today because he is going to spread his knowledge like he does best. Hello, Pip.
Hello, mate. You all right?
You all right? How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. Are you ready for this?
How's it going so far?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Me and Jack haven't fallen out yet, so it's going all right, I think.
Good. There's still another 40 minutes to go.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what? Anything could happen from here on in. And we stay clean, which is what everyone knows is really difficult for us because we always end up having the worst banter ever.
I don't know. There's a fair bit of stuff around cucumbers, which I'm not sure is.
Right, no, go back and watch that. There was nothing wrong with our cucumber chat at the start of the show today, okay? It's just, it can be overthought. Let's move on. From cucumbers to Pip. Pip, what have you got for us today in the 60-second tip?
I know you've requested a Google Analytics 60-second tip.
Yes,
Please.
Yes, I have, because you done something that was really cool. Are you doing it around the goals?
Huh?
Are you doing it around the goals?
Yes,
Okay,
we can do around the goals. Yes.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to time this because you like taking longer doing stuff than the time you're given.
Okay,
So I'm going to time it. Right. Do you reckon you can do this in 60 seconds?
Watch up.
Yeah, go on. You can put your stopwatch on, Jack. Do you reckon you can do this in 60 seconds?
Probably not.
I'll do one countdown.
So defeatist already. Right, Jack, take the floor away.
All right, you ready, Pip?
Okay, get ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, good. So, right, 60-second tip on how to set up a Google goal, Google Analytics goal. So, what I haven't got time to show you is that you're going to have to go over to your website outside of these 60 seconds, find your conversion page. So that is maybe the page that you go to, your visitors go to once they've submitted a form, like a thank you page. So let's say it is /thank you. So you get that, you copy that /thank you. Go into Google Analytics, bottom left-hand side, the little cog down here, hover over that, click on that, 3 columns, last column, click on goals. We've already got some goals here. I'll assume you don't have any, so you click on new goal. And what we want to do is scroll to the bottom, custom goal for now. Continue. We'll do this, give it a name. Thank you. Obviously call it something relevant to your no
And
destination.
You want to know the rest? That's it. You can't. I'm joking. Carry on, Pip.
So we call it something relevant. So maybe not thank you, as I've got a bit more time now, so I'll take my time. It will be contact for. Oh my goodness, contact form success. Destination. So that's what we want to track. We'll put this. Let's say it is /thank. Oh my goodness, thank you. All right, so equals to thank you. Verify the goal to see how many of those would have triggered in the last 7 days. Obviously, we don't have a /thank you page necessarily on our site. You will hopefully have the right one. And then you save it. And then that's it. You're done. There it is. Contact form success.
It's so
And now you can now track your goals.
It's so quick and easy, isn't it, to be able to do this? But why is it, Pip, important for businesses to set up these goals?
Well, obviously, especially from, we were on the call together with Canterbury Bid the other week, and the number of companies that have Google Analytics because, it's the thing to do, but A, don't go in there and have a look, but B, aren't tracking the right conversion, or perhaps another agency or a friend of a friend has set up a goal such as tracking the amount of time on site and reporting that as a goal, as some sort of thing you should be singing and dancing about. Is wrong. So we want to be tracking actual measurable goals that are as close as possible to putting money into the bank. That's what, we all care about. So that's what we want to track. We want to know what channels are delivering those. We want to know what campaigns, if you're running paid campaigns, are delivering those. So that was in 73 seconds or whatever it was, setting up a goal that is actually measurable and actually has value.
Just as say for instance, I was an e-commerce business. What goals should I be tracking then? What goals should I be setting up?
So if you're an e-com, I'll need definitely longer than 60 seconds, because you want to be you want to be tracking for an e-commerce, you want to be tracking the actual checkouts. So you want to be tracking the number of carts going through, the cart value, the products inside it. Depending on the platform that you're on, that may or may not be made a bit easier for you. So for example, WooCommerce and Shopify do a fairly good job of this and require minimal setup. If it's anything else or a custom CMS, then move. So e-com is slightly more complicated, but you get a lot more value out, because of course you can track all the way back to the order number, and you can know what order number has come from what channel, what campaign, and what ad. If it's a lead gen, it becomes a lot easier to track, like I sort of did in those 60 seconds ish.
Yeah. No, perfect. And on top of that, if you're not an e-commerce, and say for instance you just have a landing page, maybe a contact form, obviously the best thing to do is to track those form submissions to see what you're getting and what you're not getting, right? If you're just doing lead gen.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Perfect. Thank you, Pip. I think you done really. Jack, what do you reckon? Did you do that well?
You did. You were only about 30 seconds over the minute.
Well, I mean, for the first 60-second tip, hitting 90 seconds isn't too bad, right?
Should we rebrand it to the 90-second tip?
Why don't we just make it like...
Well, I look at it as more of like, you get your 60-second tip, but it comes with 50% free.
And that's how we land clients, everyone.
How we have like a Top Gear style leaderboard.
Yeah, and see what one takes the longest. Yeah. Which one's the fastest. What can Pip explain quickly and what takes him too long? I love that. Oh, I love it. Pip, thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you for coming on. We've got your friend on next.
Who's that?
Chris Duncan.
I didn't realise I had any friends.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. We'll pick that up with him then in a minute.
if he says we're friends, then I guess we're friends.
Oh, that's sweet. Why has it just got serious? It's just got slightly emotional.
It's become a counselling session, I think.
Oh, bless you. Pip, thank you for coming on, mate.
All right, thank you.
See you in a minute.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go. There was the boss man.
Goddamn pink.
Why are you what?
So pink.
Have you got any lighting on today?
No, I've got windows here with blinds down to soften the harshness of the light.
Oh.
Little video tip for you.
Lovely. And what colour are the blinds? Are they a certain colour which is making your reflection a bit pinker?
No, they're beige.
Okay.
I love a skin-coloured blind in the window, don't you?
It's like, what curtains did your nan used to have? Oh, skin-coloured blinds. Lovely. Perfect. You've got the next guest, mate.
I have. The lovely Chris Duncan of Spark Film Production. Spark. Hello, Chris. You all right?
Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm good. What's in the background? Oh, is it just cables hanging up?
I thought they popped
just lots of cables, all sorts of stuff going on here. So yeah, it's pretty busy. But yeah, good. How are you guys?
Looking very techy. Yeah, good. You?
Good, mate. Thanks.
Yeah, good. I've been watching. It's been really good.
Oh, good.
So you've created a bit of a love in here because you've mentioned Pip, and Pip, we're definitely friends. Of course we're friends. So yeah, so we're all good there. And also I think Amy put in the little private chat that we had here that we went to school together. So yeah, you've just created a network of everyone knowing everyone else.
Bosh.
It's like a networking event, but live.
Now we've done it.
Yeah, good. We've done it. That's cool.
I'm sorry, we'll get back to this. So you are Chris Duncan of Spark Film Production, a full-service video production company. You film, create, and produce a huge range of video content. You've done documentaries, you've done like model shoots, you've done what else have you done?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's difficult. I find it difficult to remember as well. We do all sorts of stuff. I think we travel around the world doing it. We work with a huge range of different industries. So yeah, it's kind of made this. Yeah, it's kind of made this time really interesting because obviously some businesses are doing better than others. So, you know, it's interesting to see how everyone's coping with it really, and actually how they're using video to continue to get their messages out to the people who they're working with and who their customers are, I guess.
Yeah. So what kind of stuff have you been asked to do then since lockdown?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I think initially, like, we kind of see ourselves as a business where, you know, you said it yourself. I mean, full service is, you know, very vague, and I wish there was a better way of describing it. But you kind of feel like you do everything, and I think quite often we try to sell packages to customers where actually you are providing everything. Whereas I think this period has really taught us that actually it's able to, you're kind of able to plug in different services into what they need. So for example, we've had, because we're not able to go and film anything, we've had a lot of projects where clients have filmed things themselves and have sent the footage to us, and then we've edited it for them. They've done part of the editing themselves, and then they've come to us and said, actually, our audio sounds terrible, or we need some graphics put in here, or whatever, like things like that. So we've done that for them. We've subtitled things for them. We've done all sorts of bits and pieces. So it's kind of interesting to see how actually the services that we talk about and often don't explain individually, we probably should be doing more of that, because I think actually it's shown that there's lots of ways that we can work with people without producing the whole thing, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's how we've been working. But in terms of my role, people have been filming themselves and sending it to me. But I think we also spoke a few days ago about how you've been getting a lot of, like you say, like remote work. You're remote working, so you're doing stuff like animations and people editing vlogs for people, things like that.
Yeah, completely. I think it's for the businesses that still need to get their messages out there. Usually, if we would do a piece to camera, or we would film things in the office and things like that, much to my upset, we can't go and film anything at the moment, which I'm gutted about. So we have to create other ways of doing it. And yeah, and so totally. And so the thing is, it's a lot of people have defaulted to animations. So we're a lot of the voiceover artists that we work with regularly had home studios anyway, and we worked over Skype, and they sent footage through Dropbox, and we transfer and things like that. So that's completely uninterrupted. So we're still able to do that. The animation work has, I mean, I don't know the exact figures, but it's seriously ramped up. We've had far more requests for that than we ever have before, right. Which is fantastic, because actually if we're able to do that, and that's a service that we're able to offer, and that works, and we can get it back to them quickly, then that's brilliant. Ironically, animation is produced quicker than filming is anyway. Normally if you're going to arrange filming with a company, you've got to book a time to get in, you've got to agree all your permissions, you've got to make sure everything's set up properly, then get back and edit it. Whereas if we have sent a script today, that animation could be ready by the end of the day, because actually we've got voiceover artists waiting to go at all times. So it's a really good way of working. And actually at this time where I think we've all felt it, that actually the messaging has been changing absolutely daily. So a lot of the companies that we're working with that need to get messages out to whoever they need to get them out to, they're really appreciating the fast turnaround at the moment.
And what is it that they're trying to sort of communicate? Are they just trying to keep their audience alive, I guess? Well, their demographic of whatever they're selling products to, trying to keep that going whilst they're in lockdown? Or are people actually still kind of operating almost like normal?
Yeah, I think it's, again, working with a range of industries, it is really interesting, because you have got some clients and some businesses that are still operating just fine. They already had a strong web presence anyway, and their services are still required at this point. So actually, they're fairly uninterrupted. A lot of the bigger companies we're working with, all of a sudden they need to get messaging out to their staff that ordinarily they would have done in presentations, or they'd have done in group calls and things like that. And all of a sudden they've got staff that for a prolonged period of time have not seen each other and don't know what's going on. So we've produced some pieces to do with that as well. But then actually some customers, some companies just want to thank their staff and thank their customers for actually doing the right thing at the moment. So we've produced a huge amount of like NHS thank you videos and all the really fun stuff that you can, and we've got ways of, we've got client systems set up so that we can send group folders so that people can upload their own footage to these folders and things like that. So I think that's one of the really interesting things that's come out from all this, is that actually, I've heard loads of people say they never knew the word Zoom a few weeks ago, and now all of a sudden everyone's on it. And it's a similar thing to that. Even you guys, with this live stream thing, I think all of a sudden we've been forced to think differently about the way that we operate. And that not only means that you tighten up the way you work, because suddenly it's more important than it ever was before, but actually you go hunting for all these platforms that you never really needed before, and all of a sudden they are not only useful, but they're actually really good fun to use, and they add a good dynamic to what you're offering.
Have you discovered anything, like you said Zoom, but have you discovered anything else since lockdown that's helped you out operating?
I discovered this. I didn't know about this. Ben told me about this yesterday, and this is brilliant. I'm loving this. This is really good. But yeah, I think anything like this is really cool. I think you only have to see the information that came from Netflix yesterday about how their subscribers have gone through the roof, and all of a sudden I think people need to be connected, whether that's with an actual person or whether that's with you know, things they like to watch or things they like to listen to, and podcasting and all things like that. So I think any platform, again, like this and like Zoom, any platform where actually you're able to communicate with people better, and actually in fun ways. You know, Zoom's great, but you know, there's only so many quizzes you can do with your friends and family. So actually, if you can find ways where you can create different stuff and create different experiences, then this is really cool.
And I've got
your background in Zoom, of course. That's fun.
Jack, I've got a butt in there because also talking about quizzes, can you just quickly ask Dunk what he was like when he lost the digital beans quiz that we done the other week? I hate to bring it up, but please, can you just add that to your question in, because I think it's important we let people know what the real Chris Duncan is like.
Do we not have a clip of that?
Yeah, should we go over to the clip now?
Yeah, let's run VT.
No, we haven't really.
I was gutted. I was really hoping you did then.
Can you erect it for us? Can it be like a reconstruction?
Yeah, so basically, you were kind enough to invite me into the Digital Beans quiz, which I'm really thankful for. So thank you for that. It was really good fun. I think what happened was, I mean, I'm competitive anyway, but I needed to win that quiz. I really, really needed to win that quiz. And we finished second. I think, was there a point in it or half a point in it? Is that how it came out? It was something like that. And then I asked for a recount. I think the end of the Zoom quiz was probably about half as long as the whole quiz, trying to make sure that all the points had been added up properly. But yeah, I was gutted. Absolutely gutted.
Wow. Were there any kind of contention? Like, was there a question that you kind of misinterpreted, or someone else? Do you know what I mean? Was there? Could you fight over half a point?
No, not really. I just flat out didn't want to accept that I hadn't won this quiz. That was all. So that's all I can say, to be honest.
And how did it finish? Did you just like chuck everything out, just like throw your toys out the pram?
I think I just left. Just left. I think that's the good thing about Zoom. I've really enjoyed when you like complete mic drop. I think when the interesting thing I found is the reasons people give for leaving Zoom conversations. Like when you used to hang out in the pub or wherever you used to go, you know, you'd have to get back because you had work in the morning, or you know, like the traffic or whatever it would be. Now people are leaving Zoom chats because they need the toilet. They've got things to do. They've got another Zoom chat to go on. Like I'm really, like the washing's just finished. I'm really enjoying the reasons that people are giving for ending these things. It's almost more fun than the chat itself.
I think we need to make sure that we are collating a list of all the rubbish excuses that people give to leave a Zoom chat.
Yeah.
We'll have a
it could be like create a hashtag. It could be like hashtag reasons to Zoom off.
Zoom off.
Yeah,
Zoom off.
Like it. It's good.
That's really good, mate. What else? What have you been doing with yourself whilst you haven't been working and you're stuck on lockdown?
I don't know. I've had family ask me this as well. Like, actually, what am I doing for hobbies? But I think the fact is that actually I really love what we do. So I've kind of actually been doing more, you know, learning more filming and learning more stuff and things like that. I'm really excited for this to end, not just because obviously it would be great if it could end, but also, you know, we've been able to learn loads more stuff and we have new services we can bring out and all things like that. So there's nothing I can talk about just now, but like as soon as we're out, I think it's going to be really cool because I think we've got a lot more things. No. I think it's just going to be like, I mean, I even said to you on the chat the other day, like we love what we do, but I think all businesses are going to find that actually they do the thing they do the way they do it because it's always worked. Whereas I think having this little bit of time for reflection means that actually we can look at what we have always been doing and then think, can we do it better? Can we do things differently? You know, even the way that we're working together, you know, is there, you know, we did a little bit of working from home before, but not an awful lot. Whereas now we've created quite a good system for it. And actually, you know, do we need to always be together all the time? You know, can we work on projects that mean that we're distant from each other more regularly, and can that still work?
Right.
And things like that. So I think it's, and also like I've loved to see actually how some businesses have, you know, have adopted things that normally they would be nervous about. Like, for example, like, I mean, it's great. Like we get a veg delivery each week from a local farm shop, which we've always done. It's coming in really handy at the moment. But the guy who runs it, I didn't know before, and now I'm following him on Instagram because he's doing Instagram lives where he's talking about growing stuff and like he's getting questions in and things like this, and it's brilliant. Like, and it's really good to see how people who would, you know, I don't want to speak for him, like he might not have been nervous, but people who ordinarily would have been nervous about these things are actually just really just getting stuck in and just getting more familiar with it.
Yeah.
So which will ultimately have will be good news for us when we come back, because I think anyone who's become more familiar with these things and more fluent with video and with live video and social media, hopefully when we do get back, they'll think, well, we do want some campaign content, we do want someone to create something different, or we want to learn more. And so so I can only see that being a good thing, really.
Definitely, mate. And I'm excited to see what new skills you come out with. And
yeah, it's gonna be great.
Just like to say thanks so much for coming on. And
of course, thanks for inviting me.
Hopefully we can have you back again sometime. Unfortunately, we have just run out of time there a little bit, but thanks for your input. Thanks for coming and talking to us, mate. Nice to see you.
Definitely. That sounds
Cheers,
good.
Chris.
I'll join on this 60-second tip at some point as well.
Yes. We'll have to get you.
Yes, mate.
That'd be good. Right. Cheers, guys. I'll see you soon.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
See you later.
Cheers, Chris. Thank you, mate. Bye. And Jack, you've actually got a bigger interview coming with Chris at some point, haven't you?
Yeah, we've already done a longer piece, which currently in post-production, and it will be coming out. We'll put some snippets out on LinkedIn, but we'll also put the full thing. It's about an hour, so we'll put the full thing on YouTube if people are interested. Yeah.
Such a business brain, isn't he? He's got such a creative mindset as well, which is just makes him easy to talk to for ages as well, which is incredible. I remember I first met Duncan at a networking event when we sort of knew each other anyway, but hadn't had a proper chat with each other. We literally stood there at the networking event where we're meant to be talking to people we don't know, talking to each other for like 2.5 hours. Like, honestly, just so easy to talk to. And Spark Film Productions also do some amazing stuff as well.
They do.
So definitely go check them out. They're great. Right, the final part of the show, Jack. Challenge Jack. Challenge Jack. Challenge
okay,
Jack.
So I have been checking it. Yeah.
Go on.
Intermittently.
Shall I quickly show the Instagram video up? So just in case people who don't know, basically Jack has been set a challenge today. He is going to try and kickstart a bit of a social trend locally. You've seen the 5K nominations on your Instagram stories probably. Well, today Jack's going to nominate 5 businesses to complete the Jack Challenge. Now, that challenge is this. Here you go.
So today on Challenge Jack, I am challenging AM Marketing, Sleeping Giant Media, Red Door Homes, and KM Official and Simply Hair UK to see if you can do this.
Oh, I smashed it. I love the second video as well.
Yeah, that was obviously meant to be all in one, but didn't work.
Didn't work. Well, I'm disappointed. We had Amy on the show, and AM Marketing haven't done a story at all.
She hadn't done it.
They haven't done it. There is no story there from AM Marketing. They haven't completed the challenge. Should we have a look at Sleeping Giant Media? No, again, Sleeping Giant Media haven't put up a story either. My mates at KMFM.
Why don't we give them till the next show?
Yeah, do that anyway. Then we can recap at the start of the next show, right?
There you go. We'll do that.
Let's see what their KM are doing on their story. All right, they're
yeah,
they're just sharing stuff. Yeah, there's none there from KMFM. And who's the other one? Red Door Homes.
Red Door Homes, yeah.
Door _ Homes. No, Jack is a little bit competitive. I don't want to be the one who tells him that he hasn't completed the challenge. No, there's nothing there from Red Door either.
Oh.
Simply Hair, last one. No, we've got nothing.
Don't believe it.
Jack, we've got nothing.
So disappointed.
So today, I can tell you 100% that Jack has failed Challenge Jack. Sorry, mate.
Such is life. It is what it is.
I mean, it's been a great show, though. Good for the first one.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been a bit of chaos.
Yeah, but that's live for you, isn't it? You should know, radio boy.
Hell yeah. What are you up to for the rest of today, mate? What's going on between now and, let's say, Tuesday, when we're back on?
We're back on Tuesday. What will I be doing between now and then?
How many runs are you going to do?
How many runs? Probably get into between now and Tuesday. Maybe 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, mate. There's nothing to do, is there? I've got quite a lot of editing to do. I'll be spending most of my time editing.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
But you enjoy doing that, so that's also not a bad thing, right?
Could do with a break.
He says at 5 minutes past 1 in the morning on Sunday before starting a whole day at work on Monday.
4.5 weeks of just editing. Yeah. It's
tough, isn't it? Just family time, mate. Do you know what I said earlier on? We've done so much. Like, we haven't done the shop panic buying, but we've done the kids toys panic buying. Like we've got 2 new dolls houses downstairs, like in the actual house. We've got 2 houses outside that Mila plays with that are plastic. We've got a trampoline, an 8-foot trampoline in a garden where the width is probably about 10 foot. So you can imagine how that looks. We've also got a little paddling pool, and it's like only the start of summer. I used to ridicule people for having a little paddling pool and jumping in it at the start of summer. Now we're those people. So yeah, and then it's just getting out, doing a walk in and doing the exercise. So that's me, mate.
That's good, man.
Barrel of fun, isn't it? Barrel of fun. Well, thank you guys for watching. As mentioned, if you want to be featured in the SMEs in Kent, featured 5 at the start of next week's show, join the group, facebook.com/groups/SMEs Kent. And also, if you want to challenge Jack, he's up for anything. Just put it in the group. Send us an Instagram message. It's up to you. Means you can.
Your suggestions, we need to hear from you.
And you've got some ideas as well.
Yeah, I've got some ideas.
He says with an evil look. I think this is the part where we say bye, mate.
I think it is. Bye, mate.
Bye, mate. See you later on. Bye.
Oh, wait, high five.
Oh, no, wrong way. Right, we will complete this before we... No, right, 1, 2, 3, go.
You were late.
Oh, right, I'll tell you what, this is an ongoing challenge. By episode 10, we'll have nailed this. Ready? One more try before we end. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, I've got the wrong way.
What are you doing? What's this?
We'll just leave it there. We're going. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Or do you kind of half expect your hand to appear on the other side? Where is it? It's not there.
Oh, for the first live video, we've learned a lot. Right, see you later, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Cheers all.
All right.